Loktarogar. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, everyone's favorite orc warrior, and it's time for another orc mode workout. And we started off with pause squats, and yeah, I got started later in the day than I planned. It's out a little bit later than I had planned on being out, so I started my day later. And I did have some good food last night, and that's one of the things I'm noticing with, again, using stuff like a little bit of Birkin strategies, and it's very orky. I'm filling up on protein early in the day, particularly if I know I might be out somewhere at this point where I'm going to have access to foods that what I would normally do on my diet. Like I had wine and then a burger later last night, and I still woke up at 2:18, but it was because I still managed to maintain a caloric deficit just by filling up on protein all day. So there's something to be said for that strategy. The training is definitely getting tough at this point. It's not so difficult that I can't complete the workouts, but I do feel as though it's challenging, even with all this pause work and dead stop work, with moderately heavy weights right now, working on mostly fives. The workouts are definitely challenging right now. And I think I'm right at weights that I'm reaching that threshold of where it's difficult. Like sometimes, like again, the squats, like today I didn't want to do all five. I'm just like, no, I'm fatigued. I'm fatigued. And by the way, people keep asking stuff about forward lean and stuff. Guys, I'm low bar squatting. Do your research on it. Do your research on hip drive and low bar squats. I'm not Olympic squatting. You guys have seen me high bar squat. You've seen me high bar squat. In fact, you guys saw me hit a 500 high bar when I was back in the UK. And I was getting ready for nationals over there. So, you guys have seen that. So now I'm doing low bar though, and I think it's easier. I think it's easier on certain joints and everything. I think it's easier on these particularly. Not to say that high bar is not good. I think high bar squats are great, but now I'm doing low bar. Now I'm doing pause low bar. So again, that can be, there's always going to be some forward lean happening with that, and there's always going to be hip drive, and it is what it is. But I have noticed it since I cut the standing presses out for now. Again, I'm experiencing now zero lower back fatigue, zero lower back pain. It was purely that exercise causing it. The squats aren't giving me that. And I always got to remind people of that. They still don't understand squat mechanics, and that's okay. It's no big deal. But yeah, these today, I started feeling it. I'm like, this third rep, I'm like, I'm done. I'm done squatting. I kind of didn't even want to train today. It's kind of funny, but I just got in and did it. That's the funny thing, though. There are days when you really don't want to train, but then you get in and you start doing it, and it goes real smooth and real good. And I always like that. I like that. Then my closed grip, pause benches. So yeah, at this point, guys, we are doing pause work on everything for the most part. We're doing the hard variations of these exercises. Pause squats, closed grip bench with a pause, dead hang pull-ups, deficit deadlifts, because I'm using the shoes to create a deficit, the Olympic lifting shoes, with a hook grip and no belt. We're doing the tough stuff. And it's that challenging work. That challenging work like that I think really recruits the most muscle fibers. I think it builds a great combination of hypertrophy with a certain power component. And again, it's not always about building power. It's about maximizing your genetic potential for power. And I think we need to remember those are two different things. Because power is largely genetic. It has a more genetic component than anything. Like guys say silly stuff like muscle mass is genetic. Yeah, to some extent, but it's not like power is, because power is total fast twitch dominant. And that's funny, you'll get guys who try to pretend like they'll say they're slow twitch dominant, but then they claim they're good at sports. You're so full of shit. You can't have it both ways, guys. Most of your top athletes are actually very fast twitch dominant compared to normal people. And I'm talking your NFL players, your NBA players, your MLB players, that level of professional sports. Those are people who are fast twitch dominant, because that's not stamina related sports. People say, what do you mean? I'm like, because I have as of yet to see a basketball game that lasts 16 hours. They don't play that long. That's not an endurance based sport. I'm not saying conditioning doesn't matter. Oh, it matters, but it's not true endurance. Like none of those guys run super marathons. None of them run 50-mile runs, right? They're not endurance athletes, but they sure need to be able to jump high. That's fast twitch fibers. Like your vertical leap is very genetic, and it's based on things like muscle fiber distribution. And you see a guy who's got a 36-inch vertical leap. That's a guy who was just born with fast twitch fibers. He just is. And there's just no way around that. Then I did my Skullcrushers next after that, though. But back to the point, a lot of that is, though, about maximizing on what you have. Because I've actually got pretty decent distribution of fast twitch fibers. Probably not at the level of those elite athletes. Like those guys, because they're next level with it. You know, anyone who's got $1 million plus contract in a sport like that, that's a guy who's just born seriously fast twitch dominant, because it lets them be fast. It lets them leap high. It gives them that amazing, 40-meter run time, right? That's genetic. Those are born athletes. But we do have different distributions, and I do seem to have a slightly above average distribution of fast twitch, I think, based on my observations of myself over the years. And so for me, I think I do really respond well to the pause work and all of that, because it does let me rely a little bit on that. You know, and that could be bro science for me to even say that. And it might be. But it's just my opinion, my observation. So I respond well to that sort of training, and I like it. And, you know, it just forces me to, again, get good technique, good form on stuff, and then to, you know, limit myself to where I can't hurt myself, because I use the heaviest weights I can handle on all this pause work. And when you can do multiple pause reps with a weight, it's very difficult to get hurt with that amount of weight, even when it starts getting relatively heavy, because you're well within your capacity. I ran into a little snafu, though, on the second set. Nova ran over and started chewing on my feet, and I started laughing, and I couldn't get all 5 reps. I had to stop. You guys will see that. And so it's like, I had to worry about him, but he didn't do it on the third set. But for the deadlifts, I had to lock him out of the room, because I'm like, I don't want to hurt my dog. I don't want to squish him. You know, I didn't rescue him so he could be injured. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'd feel so bad if I hurt my dog lifting. And no one wants to see that. You know, I would say even people who hate me don't want to see that happen, right? So I had to lock him out because he was just getting too hyper. But yeah, there he is, like getting a hold of them socks. He loves my feet. And people say, oh, it's because you're out, choose your feet. He does it even after I get out of a shower. I can take a shower and he still just, if my feet are out there, he loves my feet. He's a foot dog. I don't know. This is how he is. He's awesome, though. He is awesome. I love my dog. Oh, I'm so glad I rescued him. That's one of the best, like I've said before, that's one of the best things I feel like I've done as a human being. You know, rescuing my dog makes me feel good. Makes me want to rescue another one when I get a house later on, a bigger place. I want to rescue more dogs. You know, I do. I want to rescue a couple more, because I felt so good about rescuing this one. You know, and it's like there's so many. Man, it's almost going to turn into commercial, guys. There's so many dogs out there that need to be rescued. Go rescue you a dog. It'll change your life. There you go. There's my advertisement for that. I'm serious, though. Serious, though, guys. There's some amazing dogs that just need a good home in these rescue places. It's like I got an amazing dog that I wasn't even expecting to get. So, yeah. I'm glad I did it, you know, and I will totally do it again. I will totally rescue more dogs in the future without a hesitation once I have the more space. You know. The more the merrier. All right, hook grip deadlifts went pretty good today. Like I said, the hook grip, I think I'm really getting it down. I'm really getting that hook set correctly now. The thumbs aren't getting as torn up, so that's a good thing. You know, I'm getting into my groove on that. That 600 hook grip is going to happen. Just, man, I kind of wonder what body weight I'm going to be at by the time I get there. How light am I going to be? Am I going to be under 200 pounds by the time I do that? I could be. Like I said before, that would be pretty awesome. I don't think you can hate on something like that. That's a good goal to reach for. Guy over 40 weighing 200 or less, hook gripping 600. I don't think that'd be too bad. That'd be pretty decent. Be respectable. Put some respect on it. Then I did my cheek curls using that slightly heavier weight. Apparently there's a rumor going around now that I'm using synthol in my arms. It's like, Jesus Christ. I do have some scar tissue. That bump you guys are seeing there, that's a scar tissue from a single 1 cc testosterone injection in my bicep over 15 years ago. That's why I tell guys, why you start doing that stuff, you better be careful. You get scar tissue. That's from a single shot. And there is a little bump there. Yeah, you can see it. That's over 15 years old. It's been there this entire time I've been on YouTube. So just for the record, transparency. Yeah, I'm not doing anything like that, guys. I do just TRT, and it doesn't go anywhere on my upper body. But yeah, overall good workout. Happy with it, you know. happy with it. I didn't quite finish my last set of squats, but it's all good. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.